All right, welcome back to Two Stupid Gas Trade Stocks. I'm Vinny.
I'm Dylan. Today we're going to do some analysis on the SPY, the Qs. It's been a crazy week, and BABA, and as to why I actually think this is a bull trap, which I know a lot of our followers are going to disagree with. So yes, we'll get into it.
Yeah. If you guys like this entertaining stock market content about Two Stupid Gas Trading Stocks, by all means, we'd love to have you go along on this adventure as we trade stocks and see what happens. But with that, we'll get to it.
Two Stupid Guys Trade Stocks.
Gotta love the Admiral Akbar reference here.
It's a trap.
Yeah, exactly. I can hear it in my head.
Yeah, so obviously I could be completely wrong here. But what I am going to play 20 seconds of a previous video that we did in early August. It ended up being a very call. I made no money from this because I even thought that I was going to be wrong. But here, go ahead and.
One point I wanted to make too is that it really depends on what your thought basis is on Alibaba. Like as a value guy, like as long as the numbers make sense, it doesn't matter what the individual movement of the stock price is to me. But from like a technical analysis standpoint, this is what Dylan's take is on Alibaba's price right now.
Actually, even value. There's a safer entry, and the safer entry costs more.
Okay.
I'm just even just hear me out.
I get what you're trying to say. It's a nice combination of both. I think is where you want to really be at the end of the day. But here we go. We'll play the clip.
Oh, I'm probably going to be wrong, but what I do think is going to happen is that we may continue setting a little bit higher highs, maybe hit the 450 region, and then I think we're going to either consolidate for a very long time, let all these moving averages catch up to the price because right now we're way above them. And I think it could absolutely. I think it's going to go down, but a consolidation is more acceptable. Right. So what we were doing there is we were talking about the SPY because the SPY had like 20 dips on the thing. I'm probably going to be wrong, and Vinny's going to figure this out. Vinny, share my screen real quick on the SPY.
Yep.
So basically, in that video, I just noticed it was bouncing off this 50 like every single time, and it had done it. It came up on lower volume than ever before. So I was thinking this is not going to hold for a long time. It ended up going to 454, and now we're having our correction. Mm-hmm. Before we get into BABA, the biggest thing I wanted to show here is this is not a great sign. Would you agree, Vinny?
I mean, there's a little gap to fill there, if that's what your point is.
No, so this is called a spinning top. This means we gapped up.
I can't quite see. Can you make that bigger?
I will make it bigger.
Oh, okay. The white bar is a spinning top. All right, I see that now. I see it.
Yeah.
Now. I didn't see the
we opened here. We then fought all the way up on low volume, by the way. Average volume's up here. And then we got pushed all the way down. Okay? The next day, we went for it again. We opened, and then we actually closed lower. That is not a great sign. Now, granted, if there's a big catalyst Monday, and I don't know, there's world peace, I don't know. And, none of this matters, right? This is just technical analysis. As soon as you add outside catalysts, you're adding 2 moving variables. What I will say, though, is we have a high and then we have a lower high, assuming that this does not go higher. Another big thing for volume price analysis is your floors become your ceilings. So your recent supports, once you lose those, become the things you have to break through. And if you notice, this has supported the crap out of this 50 for a very long time. Yeah. And then we broke through it, couldn't beat it again.
Yeah, that's not a great sign, I guess, huh?
It is not a great sign. The Qs are doing the exact same thing. Pretty much perfect. In fact, the down day had higher volume here. Yeah. Just something to be aware of. I don't think that this correction is over. However, if it hesitates along this 100 moving average for a decent amount of time, we're okay. It's fine. But if it just loses it, that's not great.
Okay, understood. So now this is how it apply your TA right now on Alibaba.
Yeah, so this is a close-up view from July. Well, June-ish to July. I looked at each dip from the peak to trough.
Yeah, trout's a fish.
Peak to trout.
Trough.
Peak to trout. So the trout So you can see that there's 11% dip, a 9, 13, 16, and then the 17. This is the increase. The dollar value below it is how much dollars actually was. So the dollars are actually fairly similar. It's just as the stock price gets lower, the percentages increase.
Yeah.
The big thing I want to show here, and that's all that is, Vinny. You can go to the live chart.
Okay.
The big thing I want to show here is that the real test is going to be once we hit this 50, and Baba has never really respected the 50 a lot. You know, we have a hit here, a hit here, a hit here, but this is really the place where if we could hold and sustain above this 100 moving average, this is where I would buy. This is where I think it's a safe, as in, you know, if we dip back down, it'll probably go to 170s. But until then, this is just another correction. And every single correction we have had has not worked. You know, I bought here and I sold a decent amount up here because I didn't like how much it was hesitating, and it never broke my green trend line here.
Understood. I think it broke it now, though.
It did. So it did break the green line. The long-term trend line is the red. That's when we first started going down. We were going up for like a year after this.
Yeah.
That is not broken. And that is also sitting around the 100 moving average.
Yeah. What is the actual level right now?
What price are we at?
Yeah. No, I'm saying what is the level that you would have to break through?
190.
190. Oh, wow. Okay.
190. Yeah. That's where if we can hold and close above this and stay, I would buy some shares. Okay. And then if we get up here, the thing where this doesn't matter is, like you said, with the value price, right? The last thing you want to do is get caught in a bull trap, buy at 180 and then have it go down to 130 and been like, that's a 40% difference.
Yeah, understood.
That's a problem. So in my opinion, it is still not a buy. It is still not showing that there's strength. We actually lost volume on the second day. It is an up bar, don't get me wrong, but like look at the other days of volume. It's just much higher.
Understood.
So, and also everyone's gonna be like, you know, it gapped up a lot. This stock gaps all the time.
Like, well, you know, the interesting thing about Alibaba too, from a gapping standpoint, is that it doesn't just trade in the US, right? You're talking about a stock that trades in Europe. It's on the DAX and it's also listed in Hong Kong. So like, are they truly gaps when it's, you know, you can trade this stock like 20 hours a day?
Yeah. And it does kind of mess with the chart a little bit. Cause like, I mean, here 150, this was an 8% gap up. Like this was crazy. Like that's ridiculous. It happened again here. It happened again here. It's going to happen again and again. And that's just how it does. This was, I mean, 2 days, 212 to closing at 190. Like the stock's pretty wild.
The other thing too is like, you know, you were kind of talking about technical analysis standpoint and like the SPY and how like, you know, major news events can move that. Baba has largely been a major news event like driven stock for the last, you know, year. So there's so many outside catalysts that the chart itself doesn't tell the whole story.
Yes, and I completely agree with you. That's why you have to factor in this recent positive catalyst. I don't think was positive enough. It just was, hey, they're going to talk. That was it. There was nothing else. I don't like that we're coming up on lower volume. I know that we have a guy who's very good at VPA as well. He does indicators that I don't use. I think his name's Gabriel.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, he talks about stochastics a lot.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to disagree with me. He's going to be, and that's fine. Everyone interprets this all completely differently. Until I see more, I'm a little bit more conservative. I want to make sure that this is in an uptrend. As of right now, I don't. I think that this is shorts covering from a big gap up day, and this is the big bar I have a problem with, this volume. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, understood. You know, like, see, the thing with the like kind of more value oriented standpoint is that I haven't personally seen a discounted cash flow analysis for valuing Alibaba that's like less than $300 a share at current point in time. So,
right, which is the reason why I'm okay with that is because the safe point, my safe point being 190, you're still getting a 60% increase in price, which is ridiculous. So I would rather be super safe at 190 than be risky at 170 and have it go to 120.
Yeah. No, I completely get that. You know, it's like the real question is whether or not it's like worth chasing like these kind of small movements and things like that. You know. if you truly think the stock's going to double, then it's like, does it really matter?
Yeah. And obviously, I'm putting myself out there. This is going to be on a video. Anyone can look at this and be like, you were wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it could easily happen. I was right about the last one. So 50-50, I'm good with that.
I love it. Well, that's what you're going to get here. Is you're going to get transparency. You know, we try to always be honest, and you're going to get little stupid things like this, you know?
Just hold, guys. It's fine. If anyone's wondering why this video is 10 hours, some genius on YouTube took this 15-second clip and just repeated it for 10 hours. It's supposed to be the ultimate buildup. What a legend.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start listening to this on like weekday mornings before the market opens.
He just doesn't. I watched like for like 4 minutes. He splices it perfectly. It just looks like it just goes forever.
I love it. Always right there at the edge.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, let us know what you think about this little Alibaba technical analysis video.
All right. Have a good one, guys.